New Radio Sports Network and 1041 WRLU. Welcome back to another edition of the show with head coach Pat Mikesch. I'm Tim Coles, and taking a look as we're just really clipping away at the season here down to just almost over the last final month here. And coming up, Madison this weekend. The Gamblers will be in Madison on Saturday before they come back to the Resch Center on Sunday. We'll have that game broadcast for you on 1041 WRLU. And Coach, first of all, let's reflect on the weekend that was. And it was one of those where you were in every game. You just have to be a little bit disappointed that you didn't get all the points that you wanted out of it.
Yeah, I felt like we deserved 4 points for sure. Just kind of played well against a team that's playing probably their best hockey all year long, and a team that added some important pieces for their playoff run. And we, that Friday night game, we had the lead 3 different times. And they just neither team was probably getting a stop from their goalie at the right time. The shots were, I think we outshot them 26-20, and it was a 6-5 game. So it was a very offensive game, good transition both ways, and it was whoever was going to get that last one. And unfortunately, we mishandled the puck, and they end up getting a crucial goal. And then Saturday was the polar opposite. It was no scoring, and both goalies played very well for their teams. And then we're back into that Sunday game where there was a little bit of, we kind of controlled it the entire game until they got a couple power play goals in the third period to kind of get them going, or I guess one in the second, one in the third, I think it was. And then, but we got that crucial, shootout win, which was good for the guys to play that well on the weekend, but disappointing to only have the 2 points out of that road trip.
And going back to that Sunday game, 7 rounds of a shootout. And, obviously I know sometimes you kind of know, okay, you're the 3 guys that are going to strut out. But when you start going 5, 6, 7 deep, how hard is it to kind of try to pick other people just to kind of give the goalie a different look?
Well, it was trying to figure out. There was a very aggressive goalie, and he's a new goalie to the league, so haven't really seen him in that situation. But right away we noticed that he was getting way out of his net, and shooting around him was going to be hard. So somebody was going to have to back him in a little bit and make a play around him, and so that's on the fly. We're trying to make those decisions on who was going to do it, and Coach Peterson gets the win on that one because he came up with Dominic Barteco, who ended up scoring the crucial goal.
And is that one of those things where at this point of the season, even with some of the new additions you have, you kind of know who's got the moves that can back a goalie back into his net at that point?
Well, you watch all the time. Guys do it at the end of almost every practice. Sometimes we'll do it as a team, and so you're always kind of watching to see who scores in different situations. Some guys are more of a shooter. And then there's the other guys who are a little bit more, creative. And there's a lot of nights you want the guys who are the shooters because the ice is so bad by the time you play the third period, do the overtime, and now you're just playing on, snow-filled ice. So somebody's going to have to shoot one around the goalie, but, that wasn't going to work as aggressive as their goalie was being. So, you're looking at, okay, who's got a little bit of a in tight look that, hopefully works.
Now, you bring up a good point because don't they at other levels kind of shave off to at least the middle in between the overtime and the shootout?
Yeah, at the pro levels for sure. I don't know what they're doing at college right now, but at the pro levels, they do a scrape. They do a scrape right before the overtime, and then a smaller scrape down the middle for the shootout.
Okay, I wasn't going crazy. I'm going, man, that's got to be weird that it's completely chewed up. But yeah, obviously that doesn't happen at your level. And what's been maybe the overall attitude of the team right now? Obviously, you guys are getting close, as you mentioned. Should have come home with a couple extra points here. Are their spirits still high? Do you have to kind of dig a little bit deeper for that motivation, or are they kind of bringing their own juice to the rink every day?
I haven't tried to reach out for more. We keep on talking about, the purpose that we're playing for right now. Making the trades was hard on some guys. They were close with Hallam and Carfagna and losing, top players like that. It wasn't easy on the locker room, but I have not seen them take their foot off the gas. I thought we played very well all weekend long again. And, we came off a weekend where we played, well against Chicago, so there's no doubt our guys are still competing and showing up on a regular basis and playing for a playoff spot. And, you look at Madison this week, and those are 4 huge points. We can't give points away anymore at this point. Cedar Rapids, who's right behind us by a point, we don't get to play them and be like, okay, we're going to push them further down. We're done playing Cedar Rapids. So we have to take advantage of the points that are around us. And if we could have done a little bit more against Youngstown last weekend, then we could sit there and say Youngstown's a team that we could catch, so it was a wasted opportunity that way. So Madison's the next challenge up for us.
Now, Madison, for a while there, it seemed like you were playing them every weekend. It's been a little bit of time, I think, at this point. Have you had a chance to see how they've maybe improved since you last saw them?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them by watching other opponents. We haven't seen them live since New Year's, and so we've got a good feel for what their concepts are and how they want to attack us. And so we've always had a lot of up and down. It's a fast game when we get to play against Madison, so we know that's the style of play. We'll start looking at some of their line matchups and what's working for them that way here. As we get into video, with today basically being our Monday, as we start to prepare for a Saturday, Sunday weekend.
And I mean, that's got to be unique. As you mentioned, you're starting a day late, but you also kind of get to go a day late this week as well.
Yeah. So it's a little bit, that trip back from Youngstown is a long one, and we got back early Monday morning, and then, kind of took yesterday, let the bodies recover a little bit, and the players are in the gym and getting themselves ready here for, what is a fairly traditional week. And next week will change, where we'll play Saturday, Sunday, and kind of have to turn our focus a little bit quicker when we go right into a Friday game.
And obviously, here in Dora County, we've been all hooped up for Gibraltar basketball here as they go down to the state tournament. Do you have any memories of maybe going to your own state tournament or maybe covering other state tournaments for hockey?
Yeah, I've, as a scout, got to see, many different state tournaments. It's always this time of the year, they call it March Madness for a reason, and a lot of seasons are coming to an end. But I had the privilege, my son's senior year, which was my daughter's sophomore year, both Bayport and then the Ice Bears both made it to Madison. And I got to go down and watch both the kids play down there in their state final. So that was a real cool experience for our entire family. My parents were able to make it, and to see both kids have that opportunity, the only time Bayport's ever gone. And it was exciting for, everybody involved that, going through those high school years.
Now, obviously not for the daughter, but for the son, do they do like what they do in Minnesota, where it's kind of almost like a fashion show with the mullets and stuff like that? Or is it pretty clean cut?
No, they traditionally there's something going on, whether they're shaving on the sides of the head or some bleach blonde, there's lots of different looks. So I think it's a fun time of the year for all high school athletes, and as much for the student sections and everything to get to travel and the excitement. But the Minnesota State one is, they've got their own little TV show after on all the top hairs. So it's something for everybody should Google, is the Minnesota High School State Tournament all hair team. It goes back many years, and it's a pretty cool tradition.
Well, once again, Green Bay Gamblers on the road Saturday. They'll face Madison, and then Madison will make the trip up north to the Resch Center on Sunday. We'll have coverage for that for you on 104.1 WRLU. 3:05 start, I believe, Coach?
Yeah, 3:05. And for anybody who hasn't been to the military appreciation game, it's a special one. Our marketing department honors them properly, and it's always my favorite game to be on the bench for and to pay tribute to everybody.
Well, very good. Well, we'll have coverage of that with Tobin Meyer on the call. Coach, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it, Tim. Have a great week.
And you're listening to the New Radio Sports Network.